Welcome back to my next video. Today I'm going to talk about the water feature that I put in my yard. I had mentioned that in the previous video. What I did was I purchased a water fountain tub, as it were. Caught that on sale. I bought it actually at the end of the season. So I got it at a fraction of the cost of what it would have been at the beginning of the season. That's actually a good time to buy those items, is at the end of the season. Beginning of the season, the prices are really outrageous on those things. So what I did was I dug a hole. I put some sand in the bottom of it, went down approximately about 2 feet, and then I put about 6 inches of sand to give it a soft bottom, and then I placed the tub down in there. And as you can see, I used the landscape pavers as my edging, and then also for a backdrop. There is no right or wrong way to do this. And what I did was I started laying those out, and as you can see, it started out kind of small. Then I got to thinking about it a little bit as I got into it. As I got into it, I came up with a few more ideas. I actually ended up taking this thing apart about 2 or 3 times before I was satisfied with the way I wanted to position it, the way I wanted it. So one good thing you might want to do before you get started is think about how you want it to sit, where you want it positioned. Then that way you won't go through any of the changes I went through. Now this I did about 6 years ago, and I had actually put that in before the pavers went down. Those few pavers that you see sitting there in the side, it was just those few sitting there while I was debating on where I wanted to go with those. But anyway, what I did after that, I started with the landscape patio blocks there, and I came up with a really unique design, and then I just kept adding to it as I went through it. As you can see, it started out small, then eventually it went big. I said I'm gonna just go the whole length of the entire tub itself. I put a submersible pump in there, and between those 2 walls there is where all of my tubing, my wiring. I also have a underground trunk line going from there all the way over to my garage, and the power is being fed to that from my garage. I put a couple of switches there, waterproofed, where I can turn it off and on from that spot. Over time, I added more items to it, mostly solar power. And as you can see at the moment, the top of that is still open. Then I added more items to it, took the wall up another course higher. Then I got to the point where I realized I got an open top. I need to do something with that. So then I thought about that and what I wanted to do with it. So I went with some slate. Went by a local place that had all kinds of patio slate. So I put that up there. Then I decided to add some lighting to it, put lights in it, around it, on it, all over it. At night, this really shines. It looks very nice. Those lights that are in it are also solar power. If you want to know more about those, feel free to drop me a line. Also, I continue to add more decorations to it. Everything is solar power, and I added more surrounding area there. As you can see, everything there is all solar power. Very few things are actually AC current. The only thing that's the AC current are the pumps that I have going. The one for to circulate the water, the other one's for my 2 other items there that I have spraying that you can't see readily right offhand in this picture. I do have a close-up at some point in here where you'll be able to see that a little bit better. Then, as I said, there's more lighting, more decorations. Those lights, by the way, inside of the pond there, they turn 4 different colors, and they do that at random. There's another shade of color that they turn as well. And there's some of the slate on the top. More slate. More of the landscaping around the area. And I trimmed that off a little bit more. Also, when you're putting this together, it's a very good idea to draw it out on paper first, so that you don't end up doing a lot of running back and forth to your home improvement store getting things that you think about after the fact, because I've changed this thing around several times before I finally got it to my liking. There is no right or wrong way to make these. It's according to your own personal liking and taste. However, because it is a lot of fun, as you get into it, you'll start just thinking of different things to add to it. So that's why it's a good idea to just kind of write everything down. Have your little shopping list before you go. The other thing I did too was I wanted a little sitting area, so I kind of expanded that. I also have some toys there. Don't have any fish. Didn't really want the responsibility of having fish in there. That can get a little bit more like too much work, especially in the Northeast climate. Wintertime, there's some things you have to do, and I just really didn't want to get into putting any fish in there. But it is a relaxing spot to sit there, relax, enjoy my favorite beverage in the evening, afternoon, whatever time I decide to sit there and just enjoy it. As well as the fact that at night have all of the lights there around it. And then I did end up adding a little more slate to it to completely cover the entire top of it in slate. The bottom part there is completely covered as far as the patio feature goes. And as you can see, more and more toys got added to the top. The toys are all solar powered. Got them at various different places. Caught them all on sale. Everything that you see sitting up there, nothing was over $15. Everything very affordable. The most expensive thing out of the whole setup there is the tub itself. And because I bought that at the end of the season, even that wasn't that bad. And as you can see there, more lights all the way around it, and the lights that are going around it, they stay the same color, but it's the lights that's in it that change colors. And those lights are called submersible color changing lights. They're actually designed to be underwater. And when the water is running, it kind of makes it look like a little hot tub there with the other things that I have going on in the water. It's not really hot, but it just looks that way. It has that appearance. And as you can see, there's more and more features that I added to it as the years went on. And each year I always come up with something else. Every summer I think of a new item to add to it. It went from kind of like from a hobby to somewhat of a just enjoyable task. And that's what it looks like today. That's pretty much the final appearance of it. The nice little bench there with the pad sitting there. One of my beverages sitting there in the corner I forgot to remove before I took pictures of this. But that's the finished product there. and that's how that came out. All in all, it took me about a week to put the whole thing together. Basically, if you have in mind exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it, you can knock that out basically in about 2 days, provided you have all of your supplies there. 2 days time frame, and you're pretty much done. It took me a while because I kept changing stuff. I didn't really know how I wanted to do it, and I kept thinking of additional things to add to it. But by the time it was all said and done, it looks very nice. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll tell you more about some of the other projects in the upcoming video. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone. Hope you're doing very well. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a water feature. And in this particular water feature, it is a pond / waterfalls type setup that I did. I put this in about 6 years ago. And over the years, I did add a few more features to it, a little details, changed a few things around. One thing you might want to keep in mind, one of the problems that I had was that as I got into it, it looked so nice, I came up with more ideals. So you might want to write down what you want on paper before actually getting into it. But anyway, the video will show in brief detail how I did it and some of the things that I did while putting it all together. Came out very nice. Any questions that you may have or comments, feel free to leave them. And if you like the video, feel free to hit that like button. Thanks for watching.